So when you say that, the IEBC is holding results from NASA strongholds, I would want to find out from you, how have you authenticated this assertion? And number two, from Orengo, when you tell your people to take action in a country where we have a functioning judicial system, what are you saying?
Well, going through the court is action, but I'm not saying we're going through court. I mean, you have answered your question. The word action does not mean what you think you think.
No, I don't know what you think. I think.
Yeah.
What are you telling your people? Yeah. What are you telling your people?
No, I told you that will come to at another forum.
Well,
but right now, what I'm saying, it is right for the Kenyan people to reject results which are illegal and lawful and constitutional and not backed by statute. That we can say.
Has there been any...
The question to Mr. Mudavadi in regards to NASA strongholds, I want to find out, how did you discover this, and how have you authenticated your assertions?
Well, we have our own way of establishing things, but we want to state very clearly that what is at stake now is the breach that the Commission has committed by not having the relevant backup that we require for the results that they are posting.
Okay, with the NASA Tallying Center, what are your results?
That is not for this format.
So do you have specific areas where you feel, or where you have discovered that?
Gentlemen, I cannot.
The forms are not existing. The forms
we have
are
not been
there.
We have not been given the access here.
They don't exist. That's the point. You renounce results based on a form. Those forms are not present.
So how do you?
So that what we are simply saying is that for you to announce presidential election results, you must have Form 34A. Those Form 34As have not been shown to the people of Kenya, and when we ask for them, we are told those forms will be given. They cannot give them now because they don't exist. What is happening before, and I must say this, is that there is a machine that is voting. These are not the results generated from the polling stations and are shared through the portal that have been provided by the Commission. That is all that we are saying. If those forms existed, nothing would have stopped the Commission from publicly displaying those forms as they come in. They are not doing that.
Has NASA been tallying these votes?
No, I think it's enough.
I think that's enough for now.
Stand by.
Mnasikiaga hivyo?
Right, so Musalia Mudavadi there and James Orengo talking to the press, complaining about the manner in which results are being announced, specifically mentioning form number 34A.
They say has been the violation of the terms of agreement with the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. They said the assurance they'd gotten before the tallying of results was that there would be at least the effort to ensure that the Form 34As would arrive with the results. That was the understanding. They were expecting that this time round there would be that. I'm now joined by my colleague. And before we get to that very point, the recap is that the National Super Alliance leaders Musalia Mudavadi and James Orengo have just addressed a media briefing, and that's hence the ruckus and the commotion you're seeing here as people pick their tripods just soon after a media briefing by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. So, Rosemary, maybe if you could just perhaps bring me up to speed with some of the developments that were happening while we're inside the tallying center. What were some of the objections raised? And there was a meeting, we are told, that happened before earlier. If you could just stand this way.
There was a meeting addressed by some of the commissioners, and they were just saying that they continue to relay the results as they get the results. They said they had a meeting earlier with some of the chief agents, and they had requested that they stop relaying the results, but they didn't have any reasons why they should stop the results. So for them, they thought for accountability and just showing Kenyans and to cool the temperatures, they should continue to relay the results. We were not able to ask them specific polling centers that they've been tallying these results, because that is the same question that NASA has been raising, that if the results were coming from the polling centers, then they were supposed to be accompanied by the scanned Form 34As, which were supposed to have been tallied by the returning officers. So the commissioners were not able to come clean on this, but they said that so far, no political party, no civil society, no observers raised any objections with the results. There were just those concerns that they should put on hold the transmission of results.
Therefore, it looks like there is the issue of the challenge of getting the message across here. The IEBC has been trying very much to get people to understand the issue of the Form 34 is saying these are provisional results. But initially, the IEBC itself said the results would only come through a certain way of filtration. Now, seeing what NASA have done so far, maybe if you could just tell us, apart from that, what were some of their biggest concerns just before we joined you here for the press briefing?
According to NASA, they said they had met the commissioners, and one of their concerns was that they wanted them to also show them the scanned copies of the Form 34As, where these results were being relayed from. And I think from the point of the media, we've also been raising the same queries, because we've seen the results being tabulated, but we are not able to know the specific polling centers from where these results have been coming from. Now, before the election exercise took place, you remember when we came for the simulation exercise, when the commission took us through the entire process, we were supposed to be able to see how the results were coming in from the polling stations, how they were being scanned through the tablet, how the results were being keyed in. And the chairman was very categorical that if the results come in and there's any discrepancies that they will notice, then the Form 34A will take precedence. So in this case, the challenge is we are not being able to see the Form 34As. At the same time, we are not able to know the polling centers which these results have come from.
Thank you very much. Maybe for our viewers, if we had to give you a brief recap, the reason I'm talking to my colleague from the Standard newspaper and the Standard Group is simply because there was a press conference hastily convened outside the VIP room here at the Bomas of Kenya. The rest of us were down there, the National Tallying Center, where the IEBC was also preparing to give a presser. They didn't give it until just a short while ago. And as soon as they finished, already NASA had convened their press statement here, read by Mudavadi and NASA co-principal Mudavadi and James Orengo, their chief agent here at the Bomas of Kenya. And they have made it very clear that they sought the explanation from the IEBC. They've been told these are provisional results, but they say it's unacceptable that after the processing of the Forms 34B and then 34A, they were supposed to have been scanned completely, and there's an image of the same to be certified with the agents. That's not happened, and they say, therefore, this is unacceptable, and they've raised other questions about anomalies they feel have been noted in different parts of the country. So, well, it's quite chilly, but there was quite a commotion, a ruckus here, a cacophony of noises as people jostle forward just to get to listen to the NASA leaders. And they've made it clear that what they had agreed as the method of ensuring that what's tallied, what's given to the public is accurate, has not taken place. And they've raised their strongest objection in the most vociferous manner through a live platform on television stations, including regional ones, to say the IEBC must put its act together. The IEBC, on the other hand, saying, don't panic, we've got our house in order, the 34As, and all other issues would be sorted out. So it now leaves the public in limbo, the media in limbo. The results are being streaming in. We're yet at about the point where about 10 million votes have so far been counted almost. And you get a feeling that things were hurtling towards some conclusion of some sort. But now a span has been thrown in the works through a very formal objection. We're here, the KTN News crew, the Standard Group crew, very alert, staying awake, fully, not an inkling of sleep hidden anywhere
Osman,
in our systems. Fully alert,
Center at the Bomas of Kenya,
moment by moment.
Saying he's staying awake. We are too. It's just gone 2 a.m. in the morning. And Musalia Mudavadi and James Orengo of NASA have given that press conference complaining about the results management, mentioning specifically form number 34A, which they say has not been availed to them. Gentlemen, in 2 minutes, quick reactions to that.
That is unacceptable of a political party in 2017 to say that they do not have access when you have a ruling that declares that election results are declared as final. And not only that, your agents are built into the process. Your agents are supposed to sign on the forms before that